The Ryder Cup is finally here. Let's get into best bets for this week in Bethpage Black. We're going to start with Tommy Fleetwood to be the top English scorer. I have Tommy Fleetwood as the biggest weapon for the European team. He's 4-0 in foursomes all time in the Ryder Cup. He's only one of 3 guys on this team to have played all 5 matches before. Rory McIlroy and Victor Hovland are the other 2. I think he's going to play all 5 matches again. But we're going to go with the value here and take him as the top English scorer. That way he only has to beat out 3 guys. Matthew Fitzpatrick, who's 0-5 all-time in Ryder Cups on U.S. soil. Tyrrell Hatton, who is a hothead. I think the New York crowds are going to get to him. Finally, Justin Rose, who's a staple of European Ryder Cup teams. However, he's 45 years old. I don't think he'll play the full length or have the stamina to play all 5 matches. Given that Tommy Fleetwood most likely will for the European team, I think there's no doubt that he's able to put more points on the board than any of those other 3 guys. Also putting up points by playing in all the matches, Russell Henley is that caliber for the Americans, but I'm going to take him to be a top 3 USA scorer. That way he does not have to beat out his most likely to be playing partner, Scottie Scheffler. Russell Henley will rack points off of Scottie, but he's also going to help him out because he is the most accurate driver in this event, and he also is the best scrambler. He leads the world in strokes gained around the greens. I think Henley could be a 4 or 5 point scorer. Now it's time for the pick. Who's going to win it all? The Europeans have the cup. They have 11 of the 12 guys returning from that team in Rome. The Americans bring a younger, less experienced team to the table, but yet they're still favorites at -145, and that is okay with me. I am going to buy into the New York crowd. I'm going to buy into the Keegan Bradley mentality. I think he'll have the boys ready to play. When I look at the rosters top to bottom, I think the Americans have more depth. Their top 12 versus the Europeans' top 12. I'm taking the Americans mainly because of the sneaky guys that came out of nowhere this year. That includes Cam Young, the New York local, J.J. Spaun, U.S. Open champion, Ben Griffin, who's won already twice on tour this year. I think the depth is going to help the Americans compete in the foursomes and 4-ball matches, but then get into the singles matches and just take over. That's where the most points are on the board. I think they're going to run away with it on Sunday in singles. I predict a 16.5 to 11.5 victory for the Americans. On the Inside the Lines blog, you'll be able to find live updates for the betting lines as the pairings come out each day. Be sure to check us out at cbssports.com/ITL. Enjoy the golf this weekend. I cannot wait.